Welcome to the Common Man Football Show. My name is James Coburn, and today's episode, we're talking about the 2018 NFL Draft Class, specifically offensive tackle Kolton Miller of UCLA. So we're going to get into his analytics profile, which is essentially his athleticism data, what athleticism data means in terms of his potential as a player, and also give you an athletic comp for him. Based on data. So if you're new to the channel and you're new to the work that I do, all terms and definitions will be in the description. And with that out of the way, let's get to Kolton Miller's profile. So first off, when you look at his athleticism data, he had an 87.33 explosive lower body strength score, 85.58 speed score, and 93.48 flexibility score. Based on the data since the 1999 NFL Draft Class, he pretty much hits above the bottom end threshold for every single All-Pro threshold except for speed, but the bottom end threshold for speed for all pro players 85.99, and he was at 85.58 out of 100. So he kind of had, I mean, if you're talking about margin of error, he pretty much is within range of that all pro area. So it's easy to say that Kolton Miller, out of every offensive tackle in this draft class, is the one with the most potential to become a multiple all pro offensive tackle out of everybody, really, when it comes to his overall data. So that is a really good thing with him. When it comes to the averages at the position, so again, this is what the average score for all pro players in terms of explosiveness, the average score in terms of speed, the average score in terms of flexibility. Miller is definitely more of a Pro Bowl type. You know, when you look at his overall data, his speed score definitely is kind of below what an all pro player usually is and what a Pro Bowl player usually is. But his overall profile is still very good. Again, very, very above average in terms of explosiveness, very above average in terms of speed, and very average in terms of flexibility. So, very strong profile overall, even when you look at the averages at the position. In terms of an athletic comp for him, the best one that I could find going through the data was Jared Veldheer. Jared Veldheer is very similar in terms of size. You know, Veldheer was a very tall offensive tackle. And when you look at the athleticism data, Veldheer was a guy that had an 87.41 explosive lower body strength score, 79.92 speed score, 91.78 flexibility score. Miller is essentially like a more athletic version of Jared Veldheer, if you can kind of think of it from that kind of perspective. And not only that, Kolton Miller is also a younger player, so you have some potential there to a certain extent, because, and not to say that Kolton Miller is a prodigy or anything else like that, but Veldheer was definitely a little bit of an older prospect when he was coming out with Oakland versus what Kolton Miller is, who's a little bit younger. So there definitely is some more potential for Miller to become better than Veldheer in many ways. So, but this is just the basic sort of comp with him in terms of successfulness in terms of his overall data. So overall, when you look at Kolton Miller and you look at the data again, he's the best testing offensive tackle in this draft class. Has very good explosiveness, very good speed, very good flexibility. Based on the data, I would say he should be the first offensive tackle taken in this particular draft class. That doesn't mean I think he's a first rounder, but at the same time, he is a guy that, based on data, has a very high chance of becoming a successful player, you know, becoming a starter for you. So I do understand that there are some people who, when they watch him on film, you have some people who love him and some people who hate him. But I think when you look at the data and you look at all this other sort of stuff, you have to come away going that if you want to be safe, if you want to take a guy that has a very good chance of at least becoming a starter for you and being a functional starter, that's Kolton Miller. There's a lot of offensive tackles in this draft class who lack functional athleticism. You know, like they lack the prerequisites to be a long-term starting offensive tackle in this draft class. And because of that, you just have to take guys with the best chance of becoming that guy, and that guy in this particular class is Kolton Miller. And of course, my name is James Coburn. You can find my other work at draftcoburn.wordpress.com. You can also follow me on Twitter at Geometrics. If you like this content and you want more content like this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Share this video as well with anybody that you know. Hit that notification button so that you're always reminded when another video of mine drops. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.